I think men, we all know, when that's the one. I
Yes.
think men may need to wait years and years and years. To me, I believe when that happens, most likely, and you're still trying to see if there's nothing else
Something
better out
else.
there.
Yeah.
Mom was a addict. My grandmother, my grandfather, aunts and uncles all chipped in to be that person for me, basically. I miss my kids. I've never been away from my kids as
Right.
long. What do you think about us? When we deployed
Right.
6, 7, 8, 10 months out of the year,
Right.
you had to wait in line to pick up a phone, call to a base in America in line, and then hopefully they pick up, and then they call your home.
Ooh, that was the whole process.
You really find your home in the community with the SEAL. I think people misunderstand. They think SEAL teams are going out with 100 plus guys on deployment.
That's a
You
small
are going
team.
out less than 20. 20 minutes. That's all you got for 7, 8, 9 months or whatever long time you're going to be out there.
May I challenge you?
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
Would you be okay with what has been left unsaid on your end? All right, y'all, welcome back to the Real Connect podcast. I'm Tamika Carlton, and as always, I am back with one and only Jovon Q Quarles. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing great, Mika. I'm doing awesome. It's a beautiful day. Life is good. I can't complain. I have nothing to complain about. So
That's awesome.
I'm here. I'm here for you. Let's go.
I'm excited to talk to you. We have a lot to talk about, okay? I feel like, not only are you on TV, that's one piece, right? But you're a Navy SEAL. And you've been traveling a lot recently. You are currently, or you've lived in South Africa recently. You've been to Dubai. I've seen all the good pictures on Instagram. Tell us a little about your recent life.
Oh, shucks. I ain't gonna lie. I've been out here in South Africa now since
Nice.
July.
Okay.
Um, and that's from I was nomading America. Let me just be honest. So I just kind of sold everything, was nomading America. I've been retired and all that stuff. I've
That's a
just
good
been doing
life.
this, filming, traveling, bought me a truck, doing all that.
Nice.
So my fiance, we had to come back out here to South Africa. So work on some stuff. So I said, all right, well, look, when I'm done filming, I'll come out here and hang out with you in South Africa for a few months and just chill, until we come back to America. So it's been great.
Yeah.
I've been back and forth. I was in LA for the promo of my show, and
Yeah.
then I've been in Dubai. I was in Puerto Rico. I've
Nice.
been everywhere. So it's good. Life is good. God has blessed me.
Yes. I feel like, is it fair to say like your life is feeling real free? Like I feel like you're like free out here in these streets.
I am. I really am. And I think I'm 45.
Nice.
So I say at this point in my life, I think this is where I think a lot of people generally hope to be at this stage in their life.
Yeah.
And
Very true.
I can say I'm blessed to say I'm here now,
Yeah.
and where I come from and, all that stuff. It's a good thing to say I can do this. It's good. I am like Denzel says, right? If you want what he wants, mimic what he's done. He's been a big believer in his Christianity, his faith, his walk, and all that. I truly believe that. And God has really blessed me with good things, as long as your mind is wanting to
Yes.
be and follow him. But also, you gotta have a good heart, be a good person, be a good kid. Have those things that's tangible that people can gravitate to and they want to be around you.
Yes.
And think the doors open. So
Yeah.
here
I
I
mean,
am.
you've worked for it for sure. And before we get into all of your work, congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you.
How long
Thank
have you been
you.
engaged?
So January.
Okay.
Yes.
That's awesome. Is she from South Africa?
Yes, she is. She's a citizen of
Nice.
South Africa. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. How did you two meet? Did you meet in South Africa?
No, the funny thing is, this story is going to be funny. It might blow your mind. So we
Yeah.
didn't meet we met on, not a dating app. We
Okay.
met on Instagram. Met on my
Yes.
Instagram.
I love that.
So it went down, and now I'm gonna tell my story. She got
Yeah.
her version of
We'll bring her on next time for her story.
it. She says, "Well, I normally do a lot of mental toughness, motivational video clips on my Instagram, so I shoot those out, YouTube and all that stuff as well." And she got a clip of it, overseas,
Mm.
and she liked it or commented or something. And then I say she came into my DMs after that.
Sure.
Then we started talking. She came into my
I
DMs
love that.
until I said that.
I know, right?
And we started talking. We started chatting, and then just chatting and chatting and chatting, and then it just turned into,
Oh
I'm gonna
my
come out here
goodness.
and see this woman.
Oh my
And I was like, wow.
goodness.
And from there, she's a God-fearing woman.
Mm,
Uh, she really understands, how to be in that feminine space and let a
mm-hmm,
man
mm-hmm,
be a man,
mm-hmm.
right? And not in a way where I'm just running over her. No, I
Yeah,
love her to death.
right.
She's a queen. She's my queen, and I want her to always feel that way,
Mm-hmm.
free to say, "Hey, my husband, my future husband,
No.
has it for me.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want, baby? You go out there and do it. If it makes you happy, you make that thing happy. You do that. I'm cool
Yeah.
with it. Let's go. I'm a
Y-
free, easy going guy."
y'all are a very cute couple. Y'all work out together. Y'all travel together. I love it. Like kudos to you.
Yes.
And you seem really happy. You both seem happy. So I love to see a cute couple out here living their best life.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, Tamika. It's good. My family's happy for me. My friends are
Mm,
happy for me because they've never seen me in this space in
mm-hmm.
years.
Mm-hmm.
And like I have been married before,
Mm-hmm.
divorcing back in 2012, I think it
Mm,
was.
mm,
That time span, I've been just a single man, just roaming out while I was still active
yeah.
duty. Retired in 2021. Then everything else was just doing that. So yes, people have known me for a long time to see me happy now.
I'm sure. And I would imagine, like, how was it being we're going to get into all the other stuff, like your work, your life, all of it. But I love a good love story. Like, how do you feel like you being happier and just being with a positive partner has changed you on a day to day basis?
You know, I've always been. I'm on the tip of like Steve Harvey when he wrote that book. Um, I think men, we all know,
Mm,
when that's the one. I don't think
yes,
men they need to wait years and years and years. To me, I believe when that happens, most likely, and my cousins and my
I'm
friends, they
with you.
probably beat me up.
I know, right?
It's just that you're still trying to see if there's nothing else
Something
better out
else.
there.
Yeah. Mhm.
Dragging this thing out, dragging it out. I'm like, we know as men. So
Mhm.
when I met her
Mm,
after just talking and video calls, the things she was saying,
mm,
her personal character, and I
mm,
was like, man, she's really a awesome person.
mhm.
And that it just really clicked. And I was like, I'm done. I'm not. I don't need a year. I don't need 6 months. I don't need
Right.
none of that stuff. So for me, she's really helped support and calm
Mm.
any storm that I
Oh,
in in my heart.
that's
And
beautiful.
she really keeps me at peace. There's this meme I've seen on TV, internet, like the Hulk, and you have the girl,
Mm-hmm.
and she's his peace, and she calms the Hulk down, and she
Mm-hmm.
keeps him grounded. And that's how I joke with her like that. We even got sweaters that we made like that, where
I love
she
that.
keeps me peaceful. She keeps me in a place where I don't need anything.
Yeah.
I feel great. All I need is just, God, her, and we're happy. We're good.
Oh, I love when I get chills. Okay. Well, and Rissi is her name? Is that her name?
Narissa.
Got it. Awesome. Well, kudos to her. All right. So let's move on to I feel like you have a really motivating story, like your background, your childhood. I don't know how many people really know about it, but I would love for you to share just how you grew up and why, like even how you made it to where you are today.
Yeah, yeah. I appreciate it, just the transparency of it. Like I like to
Mm,
really give that to give the baseline so people
right.
can understand. Because people doing certain things and they think, oh man, that person never had any
Right.
struggle. Look at you, Tamika, and think the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have huge following.
Mm-hmm.
You take yourself. You're in Atlanta and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So people look at you. Oh, she
She's
comes from
good.
wealthy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't think anyone came from something, so they don't
Mm-hmm.
see the background. Don't. So my foundation, I grew up in Washington, D.C., born and raised, and I was always from anything that I can remember, raised by my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother, grandfather, aunts and uncles all chipped in to be that person for me, basically. And my mom was a addict, and as far as I know, she still is today.
Mm-hmm.
And when I talk to her, when I meet her, when I see her back in North Carolina, you can see that those things have taken a toll on her.
Yeah.
She speaks very angrily all the time, very aggressive verbally. How she acts, her mannerisms. She very closed off to everyone else.
Mm,
She'll sit in the corner while everyone else is mingling for a family get together, or people don't even the family don't even want to invite her.
right.
Rightfully so. She has been very destructive as seen in past. So, but every so often the family tries to give her another chance, and then when you give her a chance, then she blows it up again. You're like, this is why
I
you're
mean,
not
that's
invited
tough.
to.
Yeah, that's tough.
I grew up with that.
Mm,
No one really wanted to be around her when I was growing up. She was in and out of prison.
mm,
I many times I seen her taken out of my home and growing up in DC, cops taking her out. She's gone for a while. And then she writes these love letter notes or whatever, saying, when I come home, I'm gonna be different, I'll be
mm.
this, I'll be that, and always the same thing. As soon as she gets home the first night, it's like clockwork.
Wow. Wow.
I have the same friends that put her in a position to get with in the first place. So my grandmother really uh, did everything for me. My aunts and uncles, they really try to play that motherly role, that fatherly figure in my life, and it was one of those things where I looked at them as my inspiration to show them I can be something different.
Mm,
Because I had my cousins that I really looked up to. They had their mom and dad there still, you know what I mean? And I really wanted to feel that. So I would spend the night at their house on the
mm.
weekends over here or whatever. So seeing her and how my mom did things and finding things, 'cause I
Yeah.
used to find things I had hidden,
Oh my
and she
goodness.
didn't know. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I was a very curious
I
kid, so
mean,
I like to search.
I could see that. I could see you being curious. I mean, how do you, just to touch on your mom, I mean, that's your one of the first female figures in your life. How do you think that influenced how you moved with dating and just being a man?
Um, that's a good question. I honestly want to think. I don't even think I ever had that question before. So
You're like,
that's a good one. I think I struggled with it at first. I think in a way that I was very looking for it.
mm,
Like I was so clingy, looking for that woman to
mm,
be close to me.
mm.
And even though grandma was always there, grandma's tattooed here because
Oh, I love a good grandma.
she
Yes.
was mom to
Mm,
me. And this tattoo is a symbol, just a remembrance of her. It's a rose that wraps
mm,
around my arm, and it goes through the family name on the forearm,
mhm,
and it says family, but it
mm.
blossoms
It
with her,
started with her.
with her,
Mm,
you know. And but as close as she was to me and close as I was to her, I think I still chased women,
yeah.
and even when chased them, I didn't trust them.
Of
Uh,
course. How could
in a
you?
way,
Yeah.
I wanted to go from here to there to here to there, here to there, and that thing what led to me having kids in high school because I had
Mhm.
kids in high school at the time. So yeah, it definitely was an affecting thing, but you don't think of it though. When you're in
Right.
it, you don't think.
Right.
I've had counseling before, and I've told my counselors, I don't believe what you're saying. I don't believe I had that
Right.
problem. I don't believe it. Don't believe it exists. And then I would go through an example of it. It would hit me, and I'd be like, "You got to be kidding me."
Right. Like,
No.
wait a minute, he was kind of right. The therapist was kind of right. Okay. I mean, it's
Yeah,
tough. I think
right.
we don't realize how much our upbringing challenges us and impacts us and influences our mindset, our behaviors, all of those things. So that was one of the reasons why I asked you that question, because not only are you someone that went through that struggle with your mother, thank goodness for your grandmother that stood up and became that motherly figure, but also you can transform to be a man with a great woman, to be able to identify a great woman for you. So I love that for you. I know from my understanding, your grandmother kind of, and you correct me if I'm wrong, kind of inspired you to go into the military.
Yeah, she did. She basically told me, "Boy, you're going into the
That's
service."
a good grandmother, okay?
Boy, you're going into the service. That's how she talked to me back then. And she was, I was so against it, right? When we moved to North Carolina, it was mainly because one, she wanted to get away from DC. Everything was going on. I grew up in 19. I was born in 1980, so
Mhm,
a lot of my teenage years was all through the 90s.
mhm.
So in DC, she didn't want me to be there, so she moved me down to North Carolina. Different way of life,
Yeah.
different type of school. In DC, my school was primarily black,
Oof.
and Carolina was primarily white,
Yeah,
right?
transition.
It was a big transition,
Yeah.
and I'm living on a farm, that kind of thing. My
Oh my
great
goodness.
grandmother
Yeah.
is real farm, so I'm totally different, right? I don't want to be
I was just
here.
getting ready to say that. Like, how did you feel about that? You were not interested.
No, I was so against it. My grandma wasn't gonna let me leave. So when we got down to North Carolina, eventually my mom followed. She got a prison, and the same thing happened. Started again in
Mm,
North Carolina. But I started playing sports,
mm,
and I got really good. Like I was a local star, football athlete, played on both sides,
mm.
offense, defense,
Wow.
uh, track champion on the hurdle. So I was very big into sports, but my grandmother, because she was very sick, she had a lot of health issues, right? She was getting older. She was a diabetic, she amputee from the right knee down,
Mm,
and in a wheelchair a lot of times. So she really couldn't come and see me perform. And she was pretty much my family, that
mm-hmm.
was it. And I see, so even my coaches uh, picked up on what was going on with my family dynamic. So they really picked up their
Wow.
ante with me. They that upper role with
Right.
me. My friends' parents did the same thing with me. Always was cheering in for me. But I will always come home and show grandma these newspaper clippings. Look at you, look at me. I'm doing this.
Oh,
But the issues still were there for me. I had kids in high school, and when that thing started happening, she was like, "Boy, you're going to the military." And I was like, "I ain't going to no military." She kept having this recruiter come over, and I'm ignoring them, blowing them off. I'm
man.
trying to play sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm clowning the ROTC guys. I'm laughing at them for
Oh
what
my
they
gosh.
ROTC, not me. So everybody thinks because I want to be Navy SEAL, didn't anything nothing about it. Nothing about it. My only Navy SEAL even idea was the Navy SEAL movie that Charlie Sheen played in 1991.
Right.
Navy SEAL team, something like that. And yeah, I was against it, but she told him that I could play football
Mm,
in the Navy,
mm,
which you can,
mm.
but you need to
Recruited,
uh,
right?
recruited. Yes,
Okay.
recruited by the Naval Academy.
Okay.
But I didn't know
You
at the
didn't know.
time. No, he just
They got
he
you.
just dropped it on me. Yeah, he got me, dropped it on me, and I was like,
Oh,
"All right, let's do
cool.
this.
Okay.
I
That
can
was
play
good.
football and make money and still take care of my
Right.
kids financially." I
Right.
was like, "Oh, I can do everything," and at the same time, leave here and
Yes.
give my kids something to visually look up to, wanting
Right.
to see them
Did you know
eventually.
that in your mind that that was what you wanted for your kids to have something to like look up to even
Oh
then?
yeah, I
Okay.
definitely from that was part of also the reason why I was like, okay, cool, I can go ahead and play football, make money, and live somewhere else
Yeah.
that might be
Yeah.
nicer, and show, hey man, when y'all get out of high school, y'all can do this and travel the world and see
Yes.
different things. So many aspects of culture and life when you go to
Yes.
live in a different.
It truly is. Yes.
Oh, it's so much is right. So it was the best thing for me, and just didn't get to play football.
I mean, right. No football, but you're a big deal in the Navy SEAL.
Yes,
I
that
mean,
actually came. That came later.
well, how long did it take you? Because from my understanding, I mean, I did my little research. You're considered to be the first Black man to graduate SEAL training at the top of your class. I mean, that's not
Yes.
like small potatoes.
No,
How
not at
long,
all.
right? How long did it take you to get to that place where you are the first Black, sir? Okay.
It was I came in on a what contract was it? I came in on a different job contract to
Mm,
be a rescue swimmer. That's what it was. That was my contract. Because when I took the test, just so everybody in the audience knows, when you take that ASVAB test, your score dictates
mm,
what type of job you can
got
qualify
it.
for.
Got it.
I didn't understand that neither. So I went and took the test thinking,
Whatever.
whatever, and
Yeah.
blew it off. I straight blew it off. And I barely passed it to my knowledge. I don't know, whatever. I guess I qualified to be in the Navy. Didn't think it had nothing to do with my
That is
job.
hilarious that you went. That's funny.
I'm telling you, didn't know nothing. The recruiter really got me. He didn't really break nothing down to me in detail and let me
Yeah.
understand that. Really need to try on this test because it'll dictate what you qualify for as
Right.
job pickings. So then he was like, can you swim? I was like, yeah, I can swim. I can
No
take care of
biggie.
myself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I ain't scared of the water. I mean, I ain't no rescue person, but I
Right.
can do this. And so he signed me up for a job being rescue swimmer, jump out of helicopters. So I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Or something else. Then my kids can say, hey, they don't know about
I'm sorry.
this.
This is so funny because you're like, oh, cool. I can jump out a helicopter. Awesome. Like, oh, yeah, I can swim enough. And like, you become this massive, well known Navy SEAL that's like doing all these serious tasks and challenges. This is crazy. I mean, I think the moral to the story for me is that go with the flow of your life.
Yeah.
Like you don't
Yeah.
have control, right? You have control of your behavior and your mindset to a certain degree, but I think that I love that you were just kind of nonchalant about it. And
Yeah.
then you
Yeah.
became so when did that shift for you where you were like, okay, let me put forth some effort here. Let me put forth some effort.
When I got to the school at the boot camp, I got to the first school for it, air crew school down in Pensacola, Florida,
Mhm.
and we had Marines in the class. So for me, I'm a physical guy.
Mhm.
So the way I saw it, this was going to be a very physically tasking
Mhm.
school. Wasn't really too concerned with that academic side of it. I feel like I can pass it.
Mhm.
So the Marines were very like, oh man, I'm a Marine. Well, I'm gonna be the top guy in this
Mm.
class. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see. So we got through the physical test and we started doing all this stuff, jumping, swimming in the ocean for the first time, and then all this running and here and jumping and obstacle course. And by the end of it, I graduated as the honor graduate of my air crews class.
Wow.
And again, it was just I'm a very competitive guy. So it was
Mhm.
like, okay, do this. So everything clicked and I was like, man, I really have a physical something about me is I've been blessed physically.
Yes, yeah.
So I was like, okay, I need to take advantage of this and use this as much as
Mm.
I can. And then I got the big head and got kicked out of the program.
What?
The bad stuff followed me there. I was an attitude. I
Mm.
wasn't sitting in class.
Mm.
I was being late.
Mm.
And they kicked me out of that program. I didn't, even though I graduated top of my class, the next part of that,
Wow.
the second piece, I didn't finish
Because you weren't
because
taking it
they
seriously.
seriously, I just thought I was the man, right?
Mhm.
So that was when the shift hit me.
Mm.
It's like oh, I need to really start holding myself accountable because they put me in a job that
Mm.
I didn't like, wasn't happy with, which is an engineer in the Navy of like construction worker,
Right.
relatable to.
Right.
Not a bad job, so I will never say that speak down to anyone that's doing that
Sure.
job. It was in the but I felt there was something more, and I didn't
Mm.
get a chance to like identify that thing,
Like you
and I
really
got
felt
lost.
it. You felt it. You felt it in your soul that there was something. Okay. So talk to
Mhm.
me about Hell Week because how'd you make that? Because what is that? And you struggled through it too. So tell me what that is so the people can hear what you accomplished.
Man, you know, a lot of times I don't put it out there as much as I should, but I try to tell people about wanting something and being inspired to get it,
Mm.
not just motivated to have it, not just wanting it because you're selfish of the title of something, not because I just want to be this guy and say I did this big thing.
Mm.
And my first time I went to Buds, when I finally figured out this is what I want to do, they have this community of like-minded men who just want to do well for the world, want to really get out there and conquer the world and help us in America do better.
Mhm.
And I went in there, and then we got to Hell Week, and now Hell Week is the fourth week of training. They really want to put it out there and get the weak links out of class as soon as possible so they can really deal with the people who really want to be here. So it goes from Sunday night to Friday morning, and you get about 4 hours of sleep, roughly, and that's within 2 days. I think
I'm
it's
sorry, what now?
Tuesday
You get 4 hours of sleep total?
total, total,
Oh
total.
my
It's
goodness.
not each day; it's out of the full 5 days: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Good
Friday. Well, six
Lord.
really.
Okay.
Yep. And you don't sleep. You know. So what happened was on Tuesday around 1 a.m. ish, I think it was around the time. We're coming out of just eating like a late snack. And this is midnight, and I can see across the bay in San Diego to the harbor, to all the Navy ships The lights on, the piers were showing you. You could see everything about the Navy right there, and it was staring at me in my eyes. And that was the time, and I think everyone allows this to happen at them at some point in life, when you find yourself saying that it's okay to quit,
Mm.
that it's okay to just accept this, that maybe
Mm.
this is you. Maybe God is telling me something. This is just this ain't for you.
Mm.
You can easily go across the street, across that harbor, and work for the Navy,
Mhm.
have a regular job, serve your country, and still do something to impress your kids and impress your grandmother, and they will still be happy and love you. And it's okay.
Right.
So I started to justify,
Mm. Mm.
you know, and people do that all the
All the
time in our
time.
we justify it because we instead of wanting us to be better,
Better. Oof.
we want to be easier.
Okay, speak a
That's what we
word. Okay. I'm
that's what people,
saying.
but nothing worth having comes easy. Nothing worth having or tangible is supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to raise up,
Elevate.
you're
Yeah.
elevate to be that and be that person. And I let that moment of weakness set in,
Mm.
to me. And I walked out from underneath my boat. We picked the boat up, me and my boat crew, was sitting with it on our heads. And I justified that quitting in my head. And I walked away and rang the bell on the back of the truck. And
Really?
the moment I did that, the second I did that, all the pain, the tiredness, the weakness,
Shut the
the
door.
hunger,
Took over.
gone. It
Gone.
was gone. Because the moment I got out from underneath that boat, I realized and rang that bell that it was just a
It
moment.
was
It was
just
just
shut up. Like, that's deep.
it was a
Because
moment.
we're trying to relieve ourselves in the tough times of the pain and the suffering that we feel in the moment. And we're like, I just can't do this anymore. And the truth
Mhm,
is that you probably can.
mhm.
You can if you
Yeah.
decide to. So you went through that decision and somehow came back like,
It ate me up. It ate
mm,
me up inside. I quit and I convinced myself that it was okay. And the normal time frame that you, even if you are even allowed to come back, because when you quit, they normally don't let you come back. But if they allow you to come back, you have to wait 2 years before you can even
shut
get
up.
back into the program.
Wow.
So I was so determined and so hungry to finish this because my grandmother always taught me finish what you start, no
Mm,
matter what. What you start. And even so, she still didn't want me to do it. She
mm.
told me, she's like, boy, you don't need to do that. You just need to go and do anything else in the Navy to be safe and live your life
Like,
and do
be,
your job.
don't push it too
Yep.
much.
Yeah, yeah. Just be safe, live your life, make your money, go to get an
Wow.
education and do
Mm,
that. So she understood what the SEALs meant. And but I was like, no, I can't. I can't. I thought about what will my kids be able to say one day if their dad was a Navy SEAL. That's
right.
huge, right?
Yeah, it's a big
There's
deal.
not many
Yeah.
black Navy SEALs, period. There's not many black Navy SEALs at all.
No.
So be one. That's a huge step up. And I got to go back in the second time, right? I didn't expect I was going to be the honor grad. That
Right.
wasn't like the number one. Number one thing was graduating and making this big impact. But I made sure I'm graduating in a bigger way. I wasn't going to be a guy in my class who's quiet,
Yeah.
chill and all that. Just kind of went through with the class and just hopefully graduate. I made sure the instructors knew who I was. I
Yes.
was loud. Wasn't the fastest swimmer in the ocean when we do these 2 mile ocean swims, when we do these 5 mile ocean swim. I wasn't the fastest 4 mile time runner. I'm a sprinter. We're doing this on soft sand. It was hell. I couldn't stand it. I wasn't the fastest. We doing the obstacle course. I wasn't the fastest. I was nothing
Mm,
the top in none of that. I was always in the mix, but I was the loudest one,
mm.
and I was the one who was good pushing everyone else. And then when someone else getting us in trouble or doing dumb stuff, I was the loudest one telling you to get up out of my class because we don't need you. This community doesn't need you. We're
Mm.
looking for people who be here. And the instructors knew who I was. My classmates knew who I was, and both voted me as the honor grad for that
Look at that.
pro.
Look at that.
And then the second half of the program, I graduated as the honor grad twice, twice. And people don't understand how hard that is. Most people, because to become a Navy SEAL, it takes you a year long pathway to do it. First 6 months is BUDS, Basic Underwater Demolition SEAL School.
Mm.
Second 6 months, SQT, SEAL Qualification Training. Once I graduated BUDS as undergrad, we start SQT, and you start learning the job, started getting more into gun, learning tactics, dive physics, explosive breaching, how to build these things, all this stuff. And then come to the end of that, I get a call the night before graduation. Hey, I need you to make a speech because
Look
you're
at
the
that.
undergrad. So, and I wanted my grandmother to see that as well. All my aunts and uncles to see that as well. I wanted everyone who knew me coming up to say, "Man, he did that. He did this.
And
He
that was
became
that
something."
your motivation, would you say?
That that was my inspiration,
Mm.
right? Right. I teach in these my speaking engagements that motivation is up and down. You're
Yes.
motivated to go to the gym, and then as soon as it's cold
It's
outside,
true.
you're like,
Yeah, I don't want to go.
I don't want to go. But as soon as you're inspired by something,
Hmm.
doesn't
That's
matter.
so true.
You you've identified this is the person I want to become, and no matter what's in front of me, I'm going to live through it and just go forward. So I was inspired by
Have
my
you,
kids and my grandma.
is there anyone else in your life that you've been inspired by that like was an example for you? Because sometimes I feel like people have a hard time if they don't see it.
Mhm, mhm. You- honestly, I tell this jokes with my friends, but they don't realize how serious it is. I grew up watching TV shows like Family Matters
Hmm.
and '90s, the family
Hmm.
shows
Good old Family
and all that.
Matters. Yes.
Yeah, right. Those type of things, and those honestly, I wanted that. That inspired me as
Mm.
well. And of that type of way where I have my wife, I have kids, and I'm really doing well to take that and living that life at the same time, but inspiring the whole group of us, right?
Yes.
Being different out
Yes.
there. So I was inspired by things I saw on TV as a young kid. And then my grandmother, of course, my kids, my coaches, again, and my aunts and uncles. I also wanted to prove something to them, but the ones who was at the pinnacle was my grandmother, my kids, I will say those are the ones who really were my true inspiration for me, no matter what. That was it. And that's what made me go back.
What would you say to someone that is struggling to find the inspiration? Like, and they want to be like they have an inkling that they want to be better, because I feel like we all feel it at some point in time that like we got it, we got something else in there, but just like you said, you wanted to quit and you did quit. How do you
Mhm.
push through to not quit?
You know, I try to be simple with
Hmm.
that one, and I tell people first get a clear vision of a purpose, your purpose in
Yes.
life. What are you looking for to create? What is going to inspire you to
Yes.
hold on to your discipline
Yeah.
and just move up or upgrade that standard of life for who you want to be. And it's an intentional thought,
Hmm.
right? It's an intentional process that you have to try to manifest inside of you, right? Because I
Yes.
always talk about you got to lead yourself first before you can do anything
Yes.
else with anyone. So learn how to lead you,
You. Mm.
create, just change your standards some. Just think about, okay, because everyone knows what we don't like about ourselves.
Yes.
May not be a morning person. We may eat too much of this. Okay, we're trying to change that standard of who you are first, like to reinvent yourself and create that natural desire of hunger and say, you know what can inspire me to be great or do something different? Well, my grandmother. Maybe it's someone's wife or husband. Maybe it's someone else's kids. Maybe it's someone
Yeah.
else's
Or maybe it's
coaches.
someone you've watched on TV, like you said. And I think there's a thing about what you said about reinventing yourself. I think we
Mhm.
always have the ability to reinvent ourselves. Like who we were yesterday can be someone completely different today. Like you may have quit yesterday, but today you don't have to quit and you can create a new narrative for yourself. A piece of your story too about you quitting, because I had no idea about you quitting. Okay.
Mhm.
And I think it
Mhm.
leads into you being on this wonderful television show that I've become addicted to. Okay. Special Forces World's Toughest Test. This show has challenged me to think differently, and I look at people differently. Just this thought of like being committed, motivated, inspired, doing things that you don't feel like you could ever conquer. First of all, I ain't going on that show, but I would never. But I think, first of all, how did you get to this place where I think they called you and you were surprised? You thought it was a joke?
It was, I didn't believe it. So the way I got on the show, when I first retired from the Navy, I fell into that spot of not being able to reinvent myself initially.
Mm-hmm.
But when I did, I decided to be a personal trainer.
Mm.
Right? I looked at all the things I do well, public speaking, very charismatic. I love to teach young men and women about success, pushing through barriers, all that stuff. So I'm like, this is who I'm going to be now since I can't be a Navy SEAL anymore.
Yeah.
I started doing personal training online, all that stuff. So I guess, not guess. They told me they searched on Instagram for Navy SEALs,
Wow.
and they just looked on every Navy SEAL that popped up. If anybody had it in their title or
Shut up.
whatever.
And there's probably not that many that have it in their title, I would imagine.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Not that many. But the Navy SEAL Foundation is just a big organization,
Yeah.
but it's individuals. You won't find as many of us on social media
Right.
because some still active, and even when I was active, the thing about social media was
Yeah.
you didn't have your name on you didn't have your real name on it because we were hunted, right? Yeah, you don't
Oh
want
my
people to come looking.
goodness. That's crazy.
You had nicknames there, so you didn't post a lot of your pictures of your time. And then other guys still some are in that space of doing certain things, but
How
you
long
don't
have
see
you
it as
been
many.
retired, or how long have you been out?
I got retired in 2021.
Okay, so that's a good amount of time, 5 years. Are you getting accustomed to not having that as a part of your life?
Yes, 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 I am. And it's a young man's game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah,
young man.
that's a good way to put it.
I'm getting older. It's like there was a chance to go back into the normal SEAL teams because before I got out, I was at the SEAL Recruiting Command, where I was speaking at colleges about the SEAL teams, doing all that stuff, getting more awareness out there
Mhm.
about us.
Mhm.
But right when I was done before it was time to retire, I could have went back to a team. And I was like, man,
These
I love this.
youngins, you ain't ready for
Yeah,
that. You ain't.
I love a challenge, but
But
these
no,
youngins are
thank
coming
you.
up stronger, faster. Yeah, they
Well,
smarter too.
I feel
Yeah,
like your angle now needs to be continuing to teach the others how to be challenged and how to challenge themselves. So, Special Forces, the show, obviously there's celebrities on there. They, to me, are pushing past their fear. They're pushing past all of the things that their doubts, all of it. I mean, their past, their trauma, like it's serious. And I feel like this is a show that like really humbles everyone because once you get kind of thrown in the mud with your face in the mud, that does something to you. How have you like how do you think, or why do you think humility is such an important part of like being a better person and like challenging yourself?
I mean, we've had a few. That's a big one too. I mean,
Right?
we've had a few show, and you can tell being humbled is very hard for them.
Mm-hmm.
This world of everything is just given to them. People bend over back to them and do these things, and they come accustomed to that life, and
Yes.
they come on our show. Some of them thinking it's going to be
No.
somewhat in a way like that, but not. Of course, they know it's a
Sure.
special forces show, but they think they're going to get some kind of
Special treatment.
special treatment, the red carpet a little bit,
Right.
maybe just a little the red carpet. They're going to,
That's true.
I'm like, no,
No.
no,
Immediately,
you're
though,
not.
immediately, it's like you ain't getting nothing special up in here.
Yes, yes, and you find it's a fight in the initial first episodes. I know the audience probably don't see it as much because it's so much you can put in an hour, but we're
Hmm.
filming from 6 a.m. to 12 midnight,
Oh my goodness.
and it's true reality. We're not stopping doing retakes. I mean, we're hitting them hard
That's
all day
crazy.
long. Get a little bit of a breather here and there in that tent where they can kind of recover and eat and all that stuff. But other than that, we're on them. We're giving them exactly what
What
we
y'all
got.
got? Mm.
We're the gatekeepers of what people get a sense of what it was like for us. So we're not going to, be Hollywood on the show.
Right.
Us, yes, I'm going to give you the Navy SEAL version of what it's like. Rudy's going to give you the Marine
Yes.
recon. Billy We'll give you the SAS and SBS of the British Special Forces. We're going at you completely hard. So the humility factor of it is we're trying to get them to understand first, take on just the standard of what it's like to be in the military initially.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to take that on, stand at attention, be still,
Mm-hmm.
learn to take command, learn to be a follower. Stop thinking you're a leader now. You're not a leader. You came here to invent
I mean,
yourself
that's not
to
even, that's just the mental piece. Like, that's not even the physical piece yet.
Yeah. Not, you're so right. It's not there yet.
Yeah.
And then because and you humble themselves,
Hmm.
some of them, and we turn it up, we ramp it up. And then you see people just they fold.
I
They
mean, they
fold real quick.
fold, they break.
Or like I did, they use an excuse to justify.
Yes. I mean, and you can see it in real time happening that someone's like using an excuse or they're like quitting. And listen, the no harm, no foul. Like, do you? But I do think that I've seen watching the show where I'm like, they could have pushed it just a little bit more. And I ain't saying that I would, but I'm just saying they could have. So I feel like there's always something else left in there.
Yes. Yes. Everyone that leaves early, they have more in the tank.
Yes.
And you use, oh, I think I got what I was looking for out of this. No, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It is you meant to come in and finish the whole thing. You just tired now. You're in pain. It hurts. It sucks. Everything about it that you didn't believe it was going to be that it is now. And you're trying to justify in your mind that you're good. Or others. "Oh, I miss my kids. I've never been away from my kids as
Right.
long." What do you think is like us? When we deploy
Right.
6, 7, 8, 10 months out of the year
Right.
to go and deploy on Iraq, you
Right.
can't talk to our wives like that,
Right.
especially early on in the deployment. You had to wait in line to pick up a phone, call to a base in America in line, and then hopefully they pick up, and then they call your home before cell phones came out and all that stuff.
Right.
So
Ooh, that was the whole process.
big process.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you stand in that line, you're like, it's just
Forget
I'm
it.
gonna just
Yeah.
hey, maybe tomorrow. Trying
I
to
mean,
catch it
you
at a different
really
time.
you really find out what you're made of.
Mhm.
Like, and if you're centered enough with self to be able to carry yourself through, because you really can't look to someone else. I mean, sure, you have it. How has being in the special forces or Navy SEAL like shown you that team is important? I know you played sports too. Not only is it important for you as an individual to be strong, but just having a team that you can trust.
It's definitely different from sports to SEAL teams, right? Because in SEAL teams, you make a mistake, you get yourself hurt or get somebody else hurt or killed.
Hmm. Mm.
The team camaraderie piece of it is you really find your home in the
Mm.
community with the
Mm.
SEAL. Your brothers, you're only in a platoon of about 16 to 19 to 20 guys. That's your guys. That's the guys you're going to deploy with. I think people misunderstand. They think SEAL teams are going out with 100 plus guys on deployment.
It's a
You
small
are going
team.
out less than 20,
Mm.
20 men.
Mm.
That's all you got for 7, 8, 9 months or whatever long time you're going to be out there. And you guys got to take care of each other. You guys got to love each other. You guys got to be like this, like blood
Yes.
brother.
Yes.
And team camaraderie comes in is I have a responsibility to you.
Mm.
So if you're to me on my team, I have a responsibility to you to make sure you come home to your husband and to your kids.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna know who your husband is. I'm gonna know who your kids are. You're gonna know the same things. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna spend family time together when we're home. Because when we go out that door and it's
It's
time
a
to
whole
go
nother
somewhere,
level. Mm.
and clear, I need to know that you got my back. When I go through that threshold of that door, right? I go to the right, you're going left to cover my back, I'm going right to
Mm.
cover yours. And if someone's there, I'm going to take that fire for you because I'm going to try to lay him down
That
so
is
he doesn't
wild
get
to get you. Oh my goodness. I mean, was it hard for
you.
you to get to that point of like being able to trust people within that and just, I mean, and I feel like
No-
people aren't like that on the other side, like in the real world. People aren't like that. Like it's hard to trust people in the real world,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I believe that. In the real world, because it's like everyone is trying to outdo you as far
Hmm.
as like get that position, money, you get that job or whatever. So they don't want to give you all the information or all the knowledge or
Mm.
help you, right, be a better employee at these jobs because they look at it like, hey, I got this position, you're coming from my position. But in the
Right.
SEAL teams, no. We don't have that issue. We are humble brothers and sisters. We're like, hey, we're going to
The
do this
same
together.
level. Hmm.
But there's no, I want you to be as good as me with that gun, with clearing the house, with being a
Hmm.
demolition specialist,
Hmm.
as I am, if not better than me. Because if I go down,
We all, yeah.
so we still got 17, 18 other guys who are going to go into do and finish this mission. They need somebody who can take my position, my knowledge, my skill, and also do exactly what I can do, if not better than me. Because that's all we got. We're not about to be able to call back to San Diego and say, hey, send us another breacher,
Right.
send us another sniper.
Right. That's, yeah. This is
Whoever's
it.
the This is it. We got who we
This is
got.
it.
So we gotta go and make it happen.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Q, that is a lot. So, one of my favorite scenes on the show, I mean, I have several, but a lot, but I really appreciate when you all bring the individuals in the room and like you have a conversation with them where they have to almost become vulnerable and like tell their truth. That's a big deal for me because I feel like that's how you break down the walls and the barriers, right? That's number one. Number two, my other one is from last season. I'm not sure if they're going to do it similarly this season, but there was an episode where everyone had to write a letter to their family. When I tell you, I was like not tearing up at all. Of course I was. But I feel like there's something about, especially like men, seeing men break down about their not potentially coming home or understanding that they value their family to a point that they never understood before. Like, why do you feel like that is such an important part of the show?
Vulnerability, men, we tend to hold so much in
Hmm.
and don't show emotion, right? And we train on emotional control, right? And that's
Mm.
the thing.
Mm.
But eh, I'm telling you, you will cry with your brothers in the SEAL teams. I'm
Mm.
telling you, you
Mm.
have that close. So when we do those letters to home, uh, because you may never come home, and
Right.
seeing people, you understand the real reality of that. You may not come home.
Mm.
You truly are going to another country and putting yourself in harm's way, and there's a chance that you may not see your wife again and your kids again.
Mm.
So we want the trueness of the audience to see and witness and bear what we feel when we're going through this, when we're writing these things, when you're writing this letter, in your tent before you go out this door to go on a
Mm.
mission to go out, you're telling yourself to, hey mom, I know we've had huge differences growing up. I don't know you, you don't know me. We never really talked about anything. I don't deal with you, and I know I've been terrible to you.
Mm.
But if if I don't come home,
Mm.
I want you to know he'll love you as your son.
Ooh,
I
goodness.
still
That's.
These things come out in these letters because you don't get to say these certain things that you may hold something against someone.
Hmm.
As I said, I still hold some stuff against my mom because I
Yeah.
just never had the upbringing in that space to really have a connection with her. I don't have a connection with her. And now it's at the point where she doesn't know how to connect with me because the way
Mm.
she is over these years of what she's done to herself, the addiction, these things, she doesn't know how to sit and listen,
Mm.
without taking account. She can't take accountability. That's number
Yeah.
one. So
I mean,
we
that's
won't have
tough.
that kind of,
How does that make you feel? Like, how are you coping with that?
you know, I'm able to have small things with her, conversations with her, like I'm telling you, like in 5 to 10 minutes, and then I have to get off the phone,
Mm.
uh, and that's it. But it's so hard to really unleash
Hmm.
what I would really want to say for her to understand. Because at this time now, I'm thinking to myself, I probably should not give her that part. I should just probably, because she is so bad right now with her health, she may not be here much longer, that I need to just give her a good side and say, hey, I miss you. I'm sorry.
That's a good point.
But that is
May I
it's a
may I
hard thing to,
may I challenge you?
yeah, absolutely. Please. Mhm.
Or maybe ask a question.
Uh,
If, God forbid, something were to happen to her soon, would you be okay with what has been left unsaid on your end?
That's a big one.
I mean, and you don't have to answer that now. I just am curious because, and I ask it because of this. I lost my father when I was 13 years old unexpectedly. And one of the things that I learned is that you always have things that are left unsaid, right? And you just wish, gosh, if I would have said that. And there's a little bit of regret there. And it's hard for you to cope without knowing that you released it. Because I think
yeah,
from what you're saying to me, it's like you want to be a little bit sensitive to what she's experiencing, you
I
know?
do.
Right? Which I
Do.
respect. But
I do.
sometimes we have to be a little selfish.
Well, everything you just said was, it was perfectly said, because I do feel that way, and it is hard to unleash that and give her all of good
Mm,
when I know everything I understand of her is all bad.
mm,
Like, I truly have good that I can recall from this woman.
mm,
Uh, but to answer that one question, I try to speak in ways of not just giving cliche answers. I try
yeah,
to give forward
I appreciate
answers. So
that.
I believe, not just saying it in a way of just,
Just to say it.
I probably, I do believe, I truly believe I probably would. If something that, if she was to leave today,
Mhm.
and my brother, and because my brother has a better relationship with her. My brother didn't grow up with her. He was
Mm,
born and got custody with her. My sister was born, she was taken away by social services. So they never had the life that I had to deal
mhm.
with growing up. They had more of a sympathetic
Sure.
version of her. But um, I think I would. I think I will feel terrible
Mm,
that I didn't get to see these things, and I would just hope to God that I will be forgiven, that I didn't speak to her in the way that I should,
mm,
because clearly I know I'm wrong. It's just something, it's a fight within me to be able to open that up on that way and say, listen, I forgive you, and about everything. Or not say I forgive you, because if I say that, it may trigger her, because I know she just
mm,
doesn't see wrong.
mm,
If I say I forgive you
mm,
to her, she'll tell me for what, in a
mm.
way.
Yeah, because she's not able
So
to take accountability. Yeah, I mean,
I
that's a
have to
tough
just come at it.
scenario. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
you have to. I would challenge you to figure out a way to make sure that you're okay, no matter
yeah.
what. You know. So we won't get too emotional. I'm excited for all of the good things that you are doing. I mean, the show is doing well. Special Forces. We talked earlier before when we first started the interview or beforehand about a book that you have coming out. Share, please.
Yes, absolutely. So I have a book called Why Not Me? It's
Yes.
coming out, and biography of what I had to grow up in: drugs, domestic violence, police, and all the struggles that came with that, to getting me to the point that I am now in my life. Because when
Mm.
I want people, when they grab my book, when they grab this book and it says "Why not
Yes.
me" on it, say it to themselves: Why not me? Why I can't be a doctor? Why I can't be a
Yes.
Navy SEAL? Why I can't be a firefighter? Why I can't be a musician or a influencer?
Yes.
Someone who has a voice who can get out there. Why not me? So I want people to see that, and that's going to be the book that will be launching next year,
Love that.
and it's going to be all up until the day I graduated Navy SEAL training BUDS as the graduate, the first Black man to graduate a Navy SEAL training as the top of his class. So, and
Yes.
from there,
We need that because, as you said, why not me? Like we're all capable. We can dream a dream that we could have never accessed ever in our lives. Dream it and achieve it. And I think it's just about taking actionable steps and being willing to do the work because it's not meant to be easy.
no, no, anything that's worth it, you should have to put in the effort. You should
Yes.
have to put in use, put in your time. And to do those, you should welcome it. You
Yeah.
should welcome it and say, proud of yourself when you see yourself sitting there studying, or see yourself writing, or see yourself, getting ready for the next thing earlier than normal.
Yep.
Your standards have changed. So you should be excited about when you're done, like, man, I did that today. I put in that work today. I put in that effort today.
Yes.
I'm getting that. And it's going to
I
happen.
like that. I need
When I
that to
went,
be a meme. Go ahead. I put in that after today.
no, I get it.
I feel like we could talk all day, seriously. What are you most proud of about yourself now?
Uh, I always said I didn't want the SEAL teams to just be my top accolade for me.
Mm.
Graduating, there's more to us to live and keep making
Mhm.
and keep giving back to the world. So now my biggest achievement for me is being a public speaker.
Yes.
Getting out, talking to these young men and women in colleges, some of these young men and women in corporate companies, and inspiring them to be greater,
Yes.
to be better. TV show is cool. I don't, yeah, but that's Hollywood a little bit, as far as
Yeah.
why we do it for the world to see. Entertainment space, it's a reality show, is real, but to really impact someone else,
Yeah. I
that's the
mean,
best achievement.
the show is the catalyst.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's the catalyst, and I feel like you have a lot in store, and the future is bright. So I'm excited for you. I always end with my speed round question. So I'm curious, what time do you wake up in the morning?
6 a.m.
Okay, that's not too bad. I can roll with that somewhat. Okay. Burpees or pull-ups?
Pull-ups.
Okay, thank you. Because if you would have said a burpee, you would have been disowned. Okay, cardio or weights?
Ooh, I'm a man of weights now. I'm about sculpting the body.
Yes.
That's my personal training. Sculpting the body. And to sculpt the body, you got to
You
lift
gotta do
weights.
weights. You got to. It's true. Mountains or beach?
Beach.
Okay. What's your beach that you've loved? Because you've traveled a lot.
The beaches in Dubai,
Oh,
because of what? Because I've been in cold water so much.
yeah.
Over it,
Yeah.
over it. But when I go to these beaches now, I want to just be able to walk in and feel nothing, just
Yes. Ooh.
just the
Have you
beaches
been
in Dubai.
to Dubai before?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
I was there last year and then this
Okay.
year. So
Okay, cool.
first, last year was the first time, and man, when I walked in that water, and you just sit there and relax, it's just so soothing to you. It's not freezing cold. It's just nice and warm.
I bet. That's a
I find warm water, I'm home.
that's a joyful experience. Okay. What is one habit that you have that you do every day?
What habit that I do every day? Ooh, what habit that I do every day? I'm trying to think of a good one.
I mean, do you do like do you, I mean, I'm sure you work out every day. Like, do you have like a are you the type of person that has like a protein shake every day or something?
I do have a protein shake every day. I'm a nerd with that. Yeah, I do.
See?
I do. I'm trying to give you something a little bit more cooler, but yeah, because my day is like gym, as you know, every day. And then I'm always working on my book as much as I
Mm,
can,
mm.
and reaching out to colleges, universities. I'm doing work stuff as
Yeah.
much as I can for my stuff. But I would say a habit. Oh, there it is. That's what I do. I
Mm.
always go to a coffee shop, and that's why
Mm.
I get my, I guess you could say, chi. I
Yes.
get my relax there, open my laptop. I may start working for a moment, but I'll sit there and just people watch.
I love that. I
That's
love a
peace.
good people watching session. Listen, nothing like it. Are you a coffee drinker?
Tea.
Okay. Good work. Um,
Mhm.
two more. One, I think I know the answer. I could be wrong, but who's someone who's changed your life just by believing in you?
Change my life by believing in me. That's a tough one. I mean, uh, I would say it has to go between two people,
Mhm.
and that's living, right? I'm talking about
Mm.
living.
Mhm.
My daughter and my
Mm.
fiance.
Oh,
Daughter and my fiance. My daughter has always just been like, "Daddy, you
I
you
love
can do
this.
everything." I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to be that. And she's coming into her age of, she's 23 and she's trying to find her place.
Mhm.
And she's in having some bumpy roads, but she's always like, Daddy, you inspire me
Oh my
because I want
gosh.
to happy, Daddy. I want you to be happy and proud of me, Daddy. So that's how she talks to me. And it just like makes me feel like, man, she makes me not want to slow down as well. Like I gotta keep pressing my daughter because she is like, Daddy is up here, you
Yes.
know.
I
And,
mean, that's what you
my fi-
want. I feel like as a man, you want your daughter or your kids to look up to you, right?
but in a big way, because I did it off them. I left to do that to show them something to
Yeah.
become a Navy SEAL, show them more and travel the world. I've taken them everywhere. And my fiance, because she had brought me so much peace,
Mm,
and I want to give the exact same
mm,
piece, if not more, better than I have. I want to give her the world. She tells her friends now she has found a man who tells her all the time, I just want to give you peace and
mm,
freedom. And when you want to do something, go for it, baby. I want, so she creates another level of inspiration for
mm.
me to do.
Oh, Javon, Q. Okay. My last question. Complete the sentence. Real connection feels like.
Peace.
Yes. Kudos to you. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. I genuinely feel like I had so many other questions, but I could, like, seriously, but I feel like we got a really great, solid, like, steps conversation for the folks to be able to get to know who you are. And that to me is irreplaceable.
We can do this again. Trust
Yes.
me. I'm here. I'm traveling, and I know you have a big audience, so
Yeah.
we can continue with this, and we can do
Please.
more episodes, get it out there, so we can get more out there.
Yes.
Because I want to continue helping people, especially people like us, right? I
Yes.
want to get to the ghettos and to the
Hmm.
streets, really talk to these kids, right? I'm trying to get into high schools,
Okay.
but it's hard. High schools, and I've been trying to do it and let them understand. Listen, I'm not trying to break the bank. I will take a huge pay cut
Yeah.
just to come and talk to high schools versus what I charge in these
I mean, I have
colleges.
to keep
But
you in mind because I have some folks here that are in the school district. So yeah, we
yeah,
got to stay
that'd be
connected.
awesome. Yes, please, because those people are the ones who really need it. I
They
think. I
do,
mean,
they do, and they need someone that looks like you to talk to them and
yes,
that understands the language and has been through stuff. Like you're relatable. So thank you so much. Seriously, it's been a pleasure.
anytime. Thank you
All
for
right,
having me.
talk to you soon.